And here we go with video number 5, number Johnny 5. All right. Enumerating the host for SMB information, server message block. Server message block, essentially, is basically we're looking for shared files. Any type of shared information we could find that we can enumerate to possibly get us in the system and really mess some stuff up. So, that said, I'm going to pull up, again, your instructor should have this Word document available to them. It's very much similar to the Nmap one for this. So we're going to do this on all of the hosts or clients that are associated with Windows. So that should be 3. So you have the Server 2019, this Windows 10 Pro, as well as the Windows 7 Home Edition, which is the lab computer for the organization. So as you can see on screen, we are pulling up our Kali box. Get that pulled up. All right, so we're gonna get right down to it. We're just going to focus on the 3 operating systems. So from previous stuff that you may have done for your environment, you'll notice that you have your 4 IP addresses for your hosts. If you haven't done that yet and haven't done a ping sweep, you want to use that Nmap scan of the environment. Again, I'll just show it real quickly to see. Oops, I didn't finish it out. Oops, there we go. There we go. And get the IP addresses. So we know 104 for me is the Metasploitable box. So I'm going to look at the 100, 105, and 5. Let's see, make sure I'm not messing myself up. So for me, I'm the 101. So I'm the bottom guy down here. So yeah, so we're going to go 5. What other environment? Just to make sure I'm not going crazy. So 2019, 10, 7. Okay. So it's got to be one of these. So for me, I'm going to start off with the server for Linux 92. Actually, we're going to pull up, see what we have available before we get to that. All right. So there's quite a few things. We're going to get user list, machine list, share list. Couple of things in the environment here. Share list is actually not in the Word document, so maybe we'll get a shot at that on here on this video. There's quite a few things you can do. So first, we're just going to bare bones. Bare bones meaning we're going to do enum for Linux and just pop in the IP address. 56.5 is my server. So not a whole lot of information. A lot of red, maybe some green. Oh, yeah, see a little bit of information here about the DC. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of information there. Let's see what we can find on this next one. So we just want to focus on the server for now, but follow along doing this with all your other ones as well. Getting a lot of red. Looks like we gotta do some digging to be able to get some information. See if we can get any groups. Maybe we can get some group information. Can't use it with a blank username and password. Even with the firewall down. So I guess we're going to have to figure out other opportunities or other ways to do it. So let's take a look at the other environments and see what we have available. Let's start with what we know as the high risk device, which was identified in the SOW. So looking at this, okay, we have a guest account. See the lab user. Okay, Lola. So if it has a guest account, more than likely there's there's an option available for us to be able to enumerate some information on here for this high risk information. So I'm looking over here to my left. I'm looking to see what we can do for this environment without having a password. Maybe guess will work. Okay. So we're going to do lowercase a u and put in the username of guest. Because we need a password. Maybe it'll work. Let's see. We'll try lowercase. Go that way. Because it shows up lowercase right there. That'll work. Okay. Still not information we can find. Let's see. Did we get any information from the SOW? Probably not. So we didn't get a password. So, let's check something out real quick. I'm getting the password. Okay. So after messaging environment, it looks like the password for the lab user is lab at 123. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to do that user guess P, and we're going to put the password in quotes just to be safe at 123. And then we're going to do, did I do that on the guest on 1.5? I sure did. I probably should have tried this. Let's go back here, guess. And 92.65.100. See if that comes up. I have the password for the lab user, but I want to wait to use that. I want to see, make sure I got the IP address up here, right? Did I get 100? Yeah, I got 100. 105, 106, 100, 105, and 106. Let's see what came up at 100. Absolutely nothing. So let's try 105. Ooh, looky there. Oh, cool. So we got some information to use here. Sweet. So it looks like the guest can see everything with no password. Huh. Without having to log in, let's take a look, shall we? Wow. C drive, some shares going on there. So it looks like we're in on .105. Wow. Got some SID information. So let's move over to the guest client and pull this guy up. Okay, so we know guest has no login credential. Well, looky there. No login credential. Huh. I wonder what we can access. Pull up. Anything in downloads? Nothing. Documents? Nothing. I guess they wipe this thing religiously. Let's see. See on C drive. Oh, I see the Xbox, XV box stuff there. Are we able to access other people's information? Lab user. So see if we can access lab. Oh, don't have permission. Isn't isn't Lola the admin? The person that set this up? That's probably not a good thing. I take note of that. So rather than going through each one of these things to give away the icing on top, I would go into here, take a look through the guest account, see what you can find. And I mean, goodness, I wonder what can I open contacts? Got their contact information. Downloads, nothing. Good. Notice I skipped desktop. See if I can do my documents. No. Try to look at all these other places first before I go desktop, because surely she would know not to put. Okay. I think we gotta have a talk with Lola. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna give away the whole kit and caboodle here, but I'm gonna tell you, go ahead, take a look at these files at your leisure, and then we can use that information in later videos. I don't want to give it away because I think this is very much just maybe an oopsie on behalf of Lola, but we don't know. But let's give her the benefit of the doubt. All right, so let's move back. Let's get out of this guy. Move this down here. So we know guest account's running and it has access to a bunch of stuff that shouldn't be taking place in the environment. Yeah, I'm just going to close this out because I don't feel comfortable doing this right now. I'm going to log off to, yeah, yeah. So that said, we found an account that is, we can enumerate on a host that had no password. Interesting. I would write that down if you're writing out your report to prepare yourself for what's coming next. Okay? After you've done this, you can also then take the information and open up other areas. It's like the key to Pandora's box. So what I'm going to do here, because we've done the enumeration command aspect of it, the next one on the list is to run Nessus. And that's going to take a bit. But coming back to enumeration stuff, we found some data here in this home PC that might be some interesting information to report on. So yeah, we're at time on this one. So I'm going ahead and close this out by saying thank you so much for listening to me rant and rave. Lola definitely has some issues going on here. Um, yeah, I'll see you in the next video where we're going to start doing a Nessus scan. So thank you so much. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day.